When you type google.com, your computer has no idea what that means. Let me break this down so you can easily understand it. The problem is that computers don't understand names like google.com, youtube.com, bndfinstitute.com. They only understand numbers called IP addresses. Let me give you an example. Instead of google.com, the real address might look something like with multiple digits, 142250. Imagine something with multiple digits. The problem is that human can remember number like that. So we needed a system that can translate name into numbers. And that system is called DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Try to think of DNS like a phone book for the internet. You get the idea? You search a name, for example, google.com. DNS is going to reply with something like, here is the IP address of that website. Is it not beautiful? Then your computer connect to that IP address and load the site. The idea is that without DNS, the internet will still work, but you will have to memorize IP address for every website you use. No search, no names, just numbers. Every time you open a website. Could you imagine it? How difficult it will be. Every time you will have to click a link or load an application. DNS is working in the background before anything else happens. That's why it's so powerful to understand this. DNS is going to turn human-friendly name into machine-readable addresses. That's how we usually define it in the computer jargon. Without DNS, the internet will be almost impossible to use. It is one of those invisible systems that make everything else work. That's why it's important for you to understand the role of DNS.